From downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
A second chance at freedom.
I ain't got words to express it, man.
21 years and 12 days. How much more?
A mother and son reunited after 2 decades behind bars for a crime he says he did not commit.
I knew my son was innocent.
Also, newly released dash cam video shows the dramatic ending to a police chase that started with a woman trying to run over an officer. A first-hand look at how it all went down coming up.
Charity ripped off. Vandals target a fleet of trucks used to pick up donations. Now they're out of thousands of dollars.
Busy night ahead, all coming up. But first, after a couple rounds of rough commutes, now we need to get ready for a blast of Arctic air.
Yeah, the wind chill will make it feel much colder than the actual temperature. Let's check in with Ben.
Yeah, Kevin and Devin and Kim, we got near 40 degrees this afternoon, but it is going to be a frigid start tomorrow morning with those wind chills anywhere between 2 and 8 above. And that's going to be our start, and we're not going to finish much warmer. Anywhere between 7 and 13 is where we go in the afternoon. Still a few snow showers left out there tonight, but they're on their last legs. Got one kind of put together here around 23 in parts of Monroe County as it moves off to the east. So temperatures in the morning will be in the teens, rising to the 20s. At least we'll get some sunshine back mixed with those clouds, and we'll look more 7-day forecasts coming up, guys.
Okay, Ben, you watched it live here on Local 4. An emotional reunion tonight for a mother and her son. The son served more than 2 decades in prison for the murder of a 12-year-old girl.
All along, Lamar Monson maintained he did not commit the crime, even though a jury convicted him. Jermont Terry live with the story. And Jermont, tonight he's out thanks in part to the Innocence Project.
Devin, the Innocence Project fought hard to get this case reviewed. And while this man spent nearly 2 decades, more than 2 decades behind bars, the timing of his release could not have come at a better time. Monson left the jail behind me this evening, just 1 day after his 45th birthday, a free man and with his mother by his side. No longer wearing prison garments, Lamar Monson is out on bond and heads right over to his family and supporters at the Wayne County Jail.
21 years and 12 days.
That's how long Monson spent in prison.
But we need to keep the doorway clear.
But Wednesday night, he stepped foot outside for the first time, not confined to prison guards.
It's just surreal. I've been dreaming about this time to just hug my moms and them and be free and have my name being cleared.
His mother elated to embrace the son she believed was never guilty, despite the 1997 second-degree murder conviction of 12-year-old Christina Brown.
You might spend some time in prison. People might talk about you, put you down, and say you did this and said you did that. But don't nobody really know what you've done but God.
Monson believes it was God who allowed the Michigan Innocence Project to review his case.
I knew that this day would someday come, and I've just been hopeful because I knew it wasn't in my hands, but it was in his hands. So
for several years, the Innocence Project argued the conviction and 30-year prison sentence should be overturned.
That's the problem with the criminal justice system. It takes on the average of 11 years for a person who claims actual innocence to actually be heard.
New evidence with someone else's fingerprints on the murder weapon allowed a judge to overturn the conviction.
They trusted and knew that I am not the type of person that'll do something like that.
And while he's free now, the freedom could be short-lived.
And it's up to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office to decide where to go from here. And I'm hopeful that ultimately this case will be dismissed.
Monson is also thinking of the 12-year-old's family.
I hope that they are hopeful that justice will be done for them and the process moving forward. Right. And we're looking forward to that too.
For now, he heads home.
Go home and spend time with my family. There's going to be a whole lot of tears, a whole lot of snot, and we're going to love each other.
A lot of happy people this evening outside the county jail. Tonight, there's no word from Kim Worthy's office if she will, in fact, retry Monson. But if he does, he tells me that he is confident that he will remain a free man. Reporting live in downtown tonight, Jermont Terry, Local 4.
It was an extraordinary scene this evening. All right, Jermont. Kim?
She was shot by Dearborn police after trying to run an officer down with her SUV. And tonight, you can see and hear how it all unfolded through the officer's microphone and dash cam video. Mara McDonald is live in Dearborn tonight with that video. Mara?
Good evening to you, Kimberly. You know, this all happened last year. Only now are we getting a look at that dash cam. This is the police report that details what happened that afternoon. And reading about it is one thing, but seeing it and hearing it is something else entirely. Take a look. The afternoon Janet Wilson was shot and killed by Dearborn police. She had been at Fairlane shopping and had gotten out of control, at one point trying to run down security guards at the mall, according to eyewitness reports. Police were called to step in as Wilson was driving off. She wouldn't stop for Dearborn police, who had their lights and sirens going, and it turned into a brief chase. You can see squads pull up on her to try and get her to pull over. She briefly does, but then pulls away and then stops.
Open the door, open the door. Wait, box her in.
And then takes off again. Police pull her over again. Hear the revving of the engine and smoke coming from the tires? It's Wilson accelerating. At that point, there's an officer in front of her SUV, gun drawn, telling her to stop, and she continues towards him. He fires, fatally hitting her in the chest. Officers scramble to get in the SUV and get Wilson out.
Stay with us. Come on. Stay with us. Yeah, get some pressure on that. Stay with us, ma'am. Ma'am, stay with us. Sorry, dude. Sorry. Hey. You did what you had to do. You did exactly what you had to do. Stay with us, ma'am. Ma'am, what's your name?
Back here live after reviewing this tape and taking a look at the case files, Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy did clear the officers involved in this of any wrongdoing. We are live in Dearborn tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
All right, Mara. We're following breaking news in Delaware, where 2 Department of Correction employees are being held hostage right now inside a state prison. It all started to unfold this morning. It's now in its 13th hour. This is a live look at the scene. At first, 4 staff members were being held. 2 of them have been released. 27 inmates were also released. They're in custody outside the prison. It's unclear if they were being held at the time against their will. Police have not said how the hostages are being held inside, nor do they know, or at least nor are they telling us, how many inmates are involved. We'll keep an eye on it.
A Shelby Township woman remains in jail tonight accused of killing her own mother. Police say 48-year-old Julie Flynn is not cooperating with this investigation. She's charged with murder and the stabbing death of her 80-year-old mother. The elderly woman's body was found yesterday morning inside their home.
Thieves target the Society of St. Vincent De Paul, and now the charity is stuck after the batteries were ripped out of its fleet of trucks. Saturday, this white SUV, missing a license plate, showed up on the surveillance cameras at the Society's Westland location. Workers showed up, though, and scared them off. Well, this morning, around 3, that white SUV was back, and 3 people, including 1 woman, made fast work of cutting the wires and stealing the batteries from the trucks. The fix is being tallied up right now. It'll likely be well over $5,000. Money that, of course, now gets diverted from all the good the Society does.
Free dental clinic that helps people out with more than 2,500 emergency dental care visits a year at our offices on Gratiot in Detroit. We have a summer camp where we take 700 children and get them an opportunity that maybe they're going through a difficult time at home, and we're able to give them a week at camp. Plus, we help people with rent assistance and clothing and furniture and all of the types of things that people need.
Well, police are looking for those responsible. Meanwhile, the pickups that St. Vincent De Paul uses to make its rounds around drop boxes and churches and homes is on hiatus. They make about 70 stops a day to pick up items to stock their stores.
Betsy DeVos's bid to be Secretary of Education could be in jeopardy. Today, 2 Republican senators announced they will vote against President Trump's pick. Without their support, the Michigan billionaire's nomination would be a tie, 50-50 vote. If that happens, Vice President Mike Pence would be the tiebreaker. The next procedural vote on DeVos's nomination is expected Friday.
New hope tonight for couples struggling to have children. We'll have a look at a new test that could increase their chances.
And 2 men, a terrifying robbery and an unlikely getaway. How these guys made their escape after terrorizing a jewelry store employee.
But first, the social media sites many of us use every day to connect, being used by gang members for something far more dangerous.
It's getting out of control out here. Too many people getting killed left and right.
The feds crack down on social media hit lists. A special report from the Defenders is next. A hit list posted on Instagram was the final straw for local law enforcement looking to end the violence in one of the country's most dangerous neighborhoods.
Detroit's 9th precinct on the east side has been home to a gang war that has taken the lives of numerous young gang members and innocent bystanders.
So a dream team of investigators and prosecutors came together to craft a powerful message, and as Defender Kevin Dietz reports, it seems to be working.
We use social media to keep up with our friends and family, but a federal investigation has found that local gangs are using Instagram to put out public hit lists that have led to several murders. Welcome to zip code 48205 on Detroit's east side, or as it's known on the streets, 4820-DIE. Gangs also call this the red zone, as in the color of blood. A war is going on here between the 7 Mile Bloods and the 6 Mile Cheetah Boys. The warring gangs using social media like Instagram to post pictures of rival gang members they want killed. A social media hit list.
Posting pictures on Instagram of people on the hit list, shoot to kill on site.
U.S. Attorney Barb McQuaid says an investigation found of 10 people posted on one Instagram hit list, only 3 escaped violent attacks.
7 of them got shot, 4 of them fatally. So there's a real gang war going on.
Something those who live in the neighborhood know all about.
When I say deserted, on one side of the street, even though there's houses, 12 to 15 of them are empty.
They see abandoned homes turn into drug dens. Soon follow firestorms of bullets and drive-by shootings.
It's getting out of control out here. Too many people getting killed left and right. All you see on the news is either kids getting killed because of gang violence or people getting into it over stupid stuff.
Police know the gang wars are driving up crime numbers, so a team of the best have been assembled and are going after the violent drug gangs in 4820-DIE.
We bring together Detroit police, who have the best kind of street-level intelligence, with ATF, who's the best at tracing guns, with DEA, who is the best at understanding drug trafficking trends nationally and internationally, with FBI, who is the best at connecting the dots with all of their intelligence apparatus and ability to exploit social media.
Remember those Instagram hit lists? Well, they leave a digital footprint for police to follow. And more clues can be found on YouTube videos produced inside the Red Zone, providing evidence that has led to dozens of arrests from both the 6 Mile and 7 Mile gangs. And listen to this, they're charging drug-dealing gang members the way the mafia used to be charged, with racketeering.
And these gangs are just as organized as organized crime families. They have a hierarchy, they're organized, and they're involved in a whole multitude of things that constitute racketeering.
In some cases, asking for sentences of over 100 years behind bars. And it's working. In Detroit's 9th precinct, home of the Red Zone, violent crime is plummeting.
We've seen a 40% drop in gun violence in the 9th precinct where we've been working, so we think we're doing something right.
Today, police are actively telling gang members in other zip codes and other precincts the tale of the fall of the Red Zone. They offer resources to get out of gangs, to go legit.
Drug treatment, money for child support, transportation needs, housing, all kinds of help.
A message of hope to parents in Detroit's poorest neighborhoods who want the best for their kids.
Being a concerned mom, I don't want my son being in it. He's 15, pretty much new to Detroit, so I don't want him to be in the gang at all.
Barb McQuaid says they will continue to go neighborhood by neighborhood until the violence ends. First, offering to help people get out of gangs and back into school or into jobs. And if they refuse, charging them with crimes that are intended to put people away for decades, not years. Kevin Dietz, Defenders.
Hopefully the initiative continues to work.
The criminals are often out in front of technology, not behind it.
Right,
so yeah, important lesson. Here's a look at what Defender Karen Drew is working on for tomorrow night.
Missing for more than 60 days.
I talked to her. Are we going to find you today?
Danielle Stislicki's parents sit down for a rare conversation about the disappearance of their daughter.
And that hope of her being alive, even though it's scary to think it's winter time, it's been 2 months, how would she be cared for?
And police share the one piece of evidence that could be critical in solving the mystery. Where is Danielle? The Defenders tomorrow at 11.
Well, last night we were watching the snow roll in about this time. Now it's the cold.
The cold, and by the time I found my sunglasses today, I didn't need them anymore because it started to snow.
It's a very short window. But it was nice while it lasted.
We'll get more opportunities coming in the next few days. We're sort of putting this together like a jigsaw puzzle. Winter's coming back with the snow and the sun, and now the cold air is sort of the third piece of this. And you can see it there just off to our northwest. 12 degrees up in Green Bay right now, single digits in Duluth. At least our air temperatures are not going to get that cold. Now our wind chills, as we showed you at the top of the show, will be in single digits tomorrow morning. and not getting much higher, even as we get into the afternoon. So you look out over Detroit, and at least we can see the buildings from the other side of the river. Visibility not a problem, as those snow squalls have almost completely died out. Metro reporting cloudy skies in 31 with that west wind at 8. Our wind chill right now is at 23, and you can see how the air just drying out. Cold front slicing through right now. And behind that, that's where the cold air resides, and that is what's going to settle in here for the next few days. So we've got numbers that are going to be at least about 10 degrees below average starting out as we get into tomorrow, and then that's going to stretch into Friday and Saturday. The flip side of that is high pressure settles in with the cold air. Yes, we are going to get some sunshine back, at least mixing with clouds tomorrow. Still could be a flurry, odd flurry out there, mainly south of Detroit as we get into tomorrow afternoon. Not going to be any accumulation out of it, and should not cause us any issues on the road. So those visibility dropping squalls that we've had to deal with for the last, it seems like, several commutes are pretty much at an end. 18 tonight for the overnight low, and will continue drying out overnight. Skies will remain mostly cloudy. 4-zone forecast is looking at high temperatures tomorrow. And remember that highs this time of year, 33 degrees. This is as good as it gets on the thermometer. 25 in the city, 23 up in Troy, Clinton Township, 24 downriver. You're looking at 25. But wind chills and how it feels outside will be in the single digits to start, and only the teens in spots in the afternoon. 24 to 26 here in our south zone for high temperatures tomorrow. West zone numbers anywhere between 22 in Flint, 24 in Ann Arbor and Canton. And in our north zone tomorrow, a lot of 22s out there for high temperatures after starting out in the teens in the morning. So we will gradually get warmer, and we will at least keep some sunshine around through Saturday. Sunday will bring some clouds back. We'll call it a scattered shower of snow. Most of that moisture is going to be south of us, but at least we're going to be above freezing. Monday, same goes, and close to 40 degrees there on Tuesday with a mix of rain and snow. So
yeah, throw it all in there.
I know, really.
We got to watch for Woody tomorrow.
That's exactly right. Yep.
Groundhog Day.
8:15 up in Howe. He's going to make his prognostication.
And a better record than Punxsutawney Phil when it comes to getting it right. So that's the one we trust.
Weather people are impressed. 15 out of 19 is pretty good.
Pretty good. All right, man. A daycare trying to teach parents a lesson, what they're telling moms and dads to stop doing when they pick up their kids.
And from ordinary customer to dangerous robber, a chilling heist inside a jewelry store. That's next.
Coming up tomorrow on Local 4 News Today, we'll keep you updated with all the morning's breaking news, plus top trending stories that'll have you talking.
Plus, do you hate cleaning your house?
Yes.
We can help with that. We're going to tell you how dryer sheets can solve a pesky problem, and some simple ways to keep your fridge spotless. That's at 5:50 for Thrifty Thursday.
And hopefully we have a better commute tomorrow. Weather and traffic always on the 4s. Detroit mornings start here from 4:30 to 7 a.m.
See you Thursday morning.
Two robbers tied up a jewelry store employee to steal money and jewels from a safe. Surveillance video shows a man entering this Italian shop, pretended to be a tourist, asked to see some jewelry, and when the safe was opened, he attacked the salesperson and tied her up, let in his accomplice, and they loaded their bags with jewels and took off on bicycles. They have been identified through fingerprints, but the search for them continues. No arrests yet.
New hope for couples struggling to get pregnant, spending money on fertility treatments without success. A new test is helping doctors get the timing just right when it comes to transferring an embryo into a woman's uterus. It's called an endometrial receptivity analysis. The test uses 286 genes to focus on the woman's window of implantation, maximizing the chance that one embryo will stick and grow into a baby. It can help in up to 20% of patients having frozen embryo transfers. A sign posted on the door of a Texas daycare is getting a lot of attention.
Yeah, the sign tells parents to get off their phones while picking up their kids. It says we've seen children trying to hand their parents their work they completed, and the parent is paying more attention to their phone. Some have commented saying parents should be more attentive. Others say sometimes they have to answer work calls while picking up their kids. The debate goes on.
Yeah, that often happens.
Yeah.
All right, well, one of the most famous and largest stadiums in the world is in ruins.
Maracanã, the football stadium in Rio since 1950, but now it's brown, windows smashed, thousands of seats torn out. It was the home of the 1,000th goal scored by the remarkable Pele. There's the famous picture. Hosted the 2014 World Cup and, of course, last summer's Olympics. The stadium has seen multiple million-dollar renovations, but it's been left in a state of disrepair. And right now in Brazil, no one seems to know who to blame. But of course, in the middle of a deep economic crisis, still
they didn't pay the bills.
Apparently not.
That's what it was. Reminds you of the Silver Dome a little bit, just a hair, reminiscent.
No question, absolutely.